Who is it?
Hey,
Vinny!
dude, are you there?
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up, my
I'm here,
brother?
man.
How are you,
Dude, I don't
man?
have a scary story, man.
I'm gonna have pretty much a heart attack. I'm like having a heart attack, but I can't scream or anything. Basically, laying on the floor panicking.
Oh!
No, you weren't. You weren't.
Oh!
You built the place. I haven't seen the Hopi in thousands of years. Don't make fun of my people. Period.
Sorry,
I'll pull out
grandfather.
your ass and cut you up into little bitty bits.
Facebook page down because people said Richie from Boston's gay. He's gay. I'm gay. I'm a gay man.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, you can prosecute me for that if you like.
No, it's not why I'm doing that. I'm just
Well,
saying there's a lot
but
of...
that is what you did.
Bigelow started buying websites, including one in British Columbia, Canada. So all of a sudden, this kind of triggered Brian Vike.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special report for you. We've got a few UFO videos that we want to share with you.
Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, along with Orlando Smith and Brent Cousins, we're going to be going over incredible imagery.
Third phase of moon. Third phase of moon.
Ten, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome to Goof On Tonight. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, and it is December 5th, 2025. 19 days to go before the eve of Christmas. We're getting there. Oh, I don't like the way this looks. Yeah, white doesn't do me justice unless I'm tan. I got the emergency hat just in case. There we go. Oh, that looks awful. It's better, though. Better. Okay. I thought I'd do a little white. But I look awful in white. All right. Hold on. I got it. Okay. Yeah, you see? What a difference, huh? Yeah. Where'd the headset go? Oh. Well, welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm glad you can make it this evening. Tonight, we've got a very special show just for you. Tonight, we have justice. You will see that nobody can tell us what to do. And nobody's going to tell us what to say. What am I doing? Is that French? Who is that guy? Juicy fruit. What are we doing? Can we get those flowers out? Thank you. Can we go a little smaller? Thank you. There, now we're back to normal. Back to this. Now, a little news coming our way. I'm going to be switching back to StreamYard. I have a special going for only $5 more than what I'm paying now. StreamYard's offering a month. that I am very, very interested to try out. And if I like it, well, after that month, the price will go up, but I think it'll be worth it because it gives me the option. Now, hear this. You know how you guys hate that vertical stream? I can run the vertical stream and the horizontal. You get to choose at the same time. That's the selling feature for me. Plus, they have so many other things they've added since we've been there in a year. So I'm really happy to give that a try. Probably we'll start next Monday with that. I'll try it out this weekend, test it, and then we'll, I hope all my saved stuff is still in there because I got a lot of good things that I need. But that's one little change. And I tell you why. The vertical streams are real important. They bring subscribers to the channel. And I've done a test with Rich Saves America for a month and a half, now 5 weeks. I did the vertical stream. And, we wound up getting, I'm just saying, 3,000 subscribers. But why wouldn't I? And 2 million views. So, anyway. GoFund's only got what? 2.5 million? That's it? 4 million? I don't know. It's got 2 something, 3 maybe, I don't know. Not a lot for 2,000 videos. It's sad, but I'm trying. I'm still trying to bring GoFund back to life because I checked the recommended. And GoFund is near 60% recommended videos. And Rich Saves America is at 36%. Recommended. So it's the opposite of what I thought it was. Does that sound like it's working the way it should? 4,000 subscribers, 2 million views, 14,000 subscribers, barely any. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. But anyway, I'm trying, I'm trying. So I'm also thinking about YouTube. They offer you as a creator, they offer us to take a course that they have to teach us how to grow the channel. Now, I talked to a few people who have taken that course. I have done everything YouTube has asked. When you're shadow banned, you can't do anything. It doesn't matter what you do. But I'm going to take the course. It's free. I'm going to try it out and see what happens. I love GoFund, guys. I really like doing the UFO stuff. It is my favorite thing to do. That other channel's great and all, but it's different. This is home, and I appreciate you guys, hanging out and getting a membership and supporting that way too. So I appreciate it. But tonight I did want to talk about how it is possible that movie E.T. was a true story. How do I know? I don't know. I just thought it would be interesting to talk about. That's all. And also about a man who claims the story E.T. was about him. Even though he never talked to anybody about it, he's told the story to friends. Says Bob Jenkins or whatever his name is. What? I don't know, man. This is it's so stupid. It's so stupid. I'm going to talk about, we've got Elizondo dropping a bombshell. Is this new? Hold on. It's not new. Hold on. What the? Okay, yeah, this is new. So I got a little vetted news, showing Elizondo dropping a bombshell in the new James Fox interview. James Fox is now doing interviews, guys. Full-time grift. I'm going to make a movie. Yeah. I'm going to do it. All right, let's see who's here, and then we'll get started with whatever this is now. I love doing this. I tell you, it'd be a shame. Look, the reality is, though, this may be a strong reality, because in 3 months I'm going to make a decision to ask you as a member to continue your membership here at GoofOn while we start a new channel for UFOs, an unshadow banned channel. Got the name picked out. I've got the logo made. I'm just ready whenever I feel like we make this move. If what I try doesn't work in the next 3 months, I can't continue doing the same thing here at GoofOn. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to keep doing it. That's why I want to try the vertical thing. If we can grow and we can actually see some growth. And I'm not just talking getting people just hitting subscribe because, they like UFOs. I want them to come here because they want to. Because they like UFOs and they like what we do, not because, it's UFOs, boop. Yeah. So I'd like to see people make a decision, an informed one, and decide if they want to come over here. I'd rather have quality than quantity, which we have. It's weird. YouTube's so fake. It's so... the analytics just are wrong in every way. They're wrong. All right. Who's here? Andy Cowley's here. How you doing, man? David Wilcox, not Wilcox. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the group. Hey, how you doing, Paris Diamonds? I don't use the numbers in our names. I don't see it relevant. I think that was just an add-on by YouTube, so I don't know why they did that. But thanks for hanging. Metalhead. And the MJ, too. It just doesn't sound right. But, because I know you. If I didn't know you, I'd probably call you MJ Metalhead. What's up, Metalhead? Welcome to the show. What's up, Mr. Yates? My man, how you doing? Welcome to this show. Hey, Michigan. UFOs and paranormal. How you doing, Wayne? Yeah, it is. AI. Okay, well, when the drones came out for consumers, a decade ago, whatever it was, that was the end of ufology, in my opinion, that part of it. We will never be able to figure out what's in the sky now. And drones can be made to look like anything. The thing is, drones are loud. And if they're within, and I know this to be true because I have one and I have the quiet propellers, I can still hear mine even when it's almost 1,000 feet away. So imagine being out in the middle of nowhere at night and 1,000 feet away, only a couple hundred feet up, comes a drone, you're going to hear it. You got to, yeah, they're not quiet. You're going to hear it unless you get out in traffic. If somebody records something from the side of the road and it's a drone, you're not going to hear the propellers. That's how people get away with this stuff. Yeah. And they don't have to be too high, 500, 600 feet. We wouldn't hear it. If it stays that 1,000 feet high, 1,000 feet, they better have, good zoom on there. Hey, Ray, what is that? Raylan Rain. Cool name. Hey, see what I did? Welcome to my show. This show, our show. What's up, Lee? Lee Argent. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Oh, my throat's getting better. Yes, I haven't puked since, September 20th, I believe, was the last real puke. So I blew away the record. Welcome to the show. Yeah, my throat would hurt because I was every week for 4.5 years. Moira Page, welcome to the show. It's just I'm healing, you know. Glenn Collins, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Brooke is, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Zach Diecast Montu, welcome to the show. How you guys doing? All right, something came in here already at the beginning of the show. Oh, David Wilcox. Not Wilcox. At the beginning of the show, you sent over a PayPal. Well, thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. You are a continuing supporter of Goof On. I appreciate it. And you're here almost every show. Every show. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Good timing, by the way. Yeah, guys, if you want to help support, that's one of the ways. PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat, Super Sticker. Become a member. All that stuff helps. I really appreciate you guys. Even just subscribing. Leave a comment. You know, what didn't you like? What would you like? What would you like to see? You know, even that stuff is important to the algorithm. Who's this? Hey, man, how you doing? Hey, thank you for being a member for, I know it's 3+, but he says, Richie, did you hear the drones from last year in U.S. was Palantir? No, I did not hear that. Hold on, I'm going to ask Gemini. Huh? Palantir. All right, let's ask. This is great. I love this statement. Oh. Okay. While I can't oh my God, dude, check this out. I put, it takes it from the page we're on. It says, this is from a chat on the webpage you are viewing. While I can't confirm the exact drone sightings the user is referring to, here are some general information about Palantir and drugs. Palantir is a software company specializing in data analysis platforms like Palantir Gotham and Palantir Foundry, which are used by government and commercial clients. Drone integration. Well, Palantir's software is designed to integrate data from various sources, which can include drone and satellite footage, particularly for military and defense purposes and applications. Navigation technology. The company has also developed technology like visual navigation, that's called VNav, which enables autonomous drone missions in environments where GPS is compromised. 2024 U.S. drone sightings. Now, there were widespread reports of drone sightings across the U.S. in late 24, particularly in New Jersey and other northeastern states. The observations were largely determined to be authorized drones and misidentified objects, but the exact source of all the sightings was not fully disclosed or definitely identified at the time. Palantir's involvement in advanced drone technology, especially for defense and government use, is well documented, but whether they were directly connected to the specific widespread U.S. sightings mentioned in the chat is not clear from public information gathered. Would you like to search for more information about the... Yes. Do I hit the thumbs up? Thank you. Do I just type yes? Let's see. I want more information. So I didn't hear that. And that's weird that Gemini didn't hear that they were the drones from last year. Here we go. It's an interesting claim, Gemini says in the chat you are viewing. While Palantir Technologies is heavily involved in advanced data analysis and drone technology for government and military use, there is no public confirmation that the mysterious drone sightings in the U.S. last year were directly operated by Palantir. And here's what is publicly known about those sightings and Palantir's role in drone technology. In late 2024, a widespread wave of unexplained drone sightings occurred across the U.S. in late 24, beginning in New Jersey and spreading across Northeast. We know that. Reports describe seeing drones or unmanned aerial systems, UASs, flying at night, sometimes near critical infrastructure and military installations like Picatinny Arsenal and Naval Weapons Station Earl. Investigators largely determined the observations were a mix of authorized drones and misidentified objects. Of course it was. Of course it was. What? You're pretty good, Gemini. You're just like Lou Eleganzo. Officials from the Pentagon, FBI, DHS stated there was no evidence in sightings posed a national security threat or were sent by a foreign adversary. Now, Palantir's connection to drones, we already know about their data analysis and AI platforms for the government, military, and intelligence agencies. Their platforms are designed to ingest and analyze data from various sources, including drone and satellite footage. They develop technology specifically for drones. It's used in military programs like Project Maven, the Pentagon's AI drone targeting system. Say word? In summary, Palantir's technology is deeply integrated into drone operations for the U.S. military and government, but official investigations into the highly publicized sightings last year did not publicly link them to Palantir's operations. Of course. Where'd you get that, Ben? Where'd you get that info? Did you send that to me and I just haven't checked? Kabalian? Hey, Jeanette. Was it Kybalian? What's up, Thor? Hey, Nathan, how are you, man? Good to see some people. That was good. I thought that was funny. Hey, the Vern dude, what's up, my brother? I like seeing you guys here. Good. If I missed your name, don't worry. All right. I got a lot of mo. We got a lot of mo. Now, tonight I was going to talk about, and still will, about that E.T. movie. Have you ever noticed nobody's ever talked about making E.T. the Return? You know, what is little Elliot doing? Did he grow up to become a ufologist? What is he, a scientist? Astronomer? What happened? I want to know. I want to know what happened to Elliot. Did he get back with his father and his mother? Did they get back together? The guy with the keys, remember? That was his dad. Yeah. Interesting, huh? Wasn't that his father, the guy with the keys who was the undercover, who was the work for the FBI, CIA, whatever it was? No? No, it wasn't. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on in that movie. I don't want to talk about it right now. Okay. I think we talked about this, just to brief you very quickly. You know, last week, David Grush went on Fox. Yeah, he dropped a historic allegation that President Trump was fully briefed on recovered non-human craft, biologics, and intelligence confirming non-human technology long before the public knew anything. And if it's true, according to David Grush, it means that the decades-long cover-up of ufology is falling apart. It's collapsing in real time. I don't see it. Why is it then we hear Elizondo say, everybody says this actually, every time we get just a little closer, they tighten the screws. So I guess, they're getting a little closer in their minds, but every time they get in the right direction, the kibosh is put on them And then we never hear from it again. Whatever happened to that? It got shut down, right? We hear that a lot. Hey, whatever happened to this case? Whatever happened to that case? It just, hit a wall. Yeah, we hear that a lot. Now, I guess last week, Trump's own comments suddenly take on new weight. They were saying, and we played the videos. I'm not going to get into it again, but I meant to read this to you and how he said, I've had several meetings about people. You know how Trump said that these people believe it, but very open to it. They believe it. I don't know. All right. But Grush, meanwhile, delivered the bombshells, allegedly, that the world wasn't prepared for. Let me show you, in case I didn't. I don't think I showed you this, but I want to be a little more direct. And he was physically threatened. Oh, I think I did read this to you guys. Yeah, I think I did. So he says he was physically threatened before filing his IG complaint. Physically threatened. Now, I don't know if that means his life, break a leg, good luck, one of those. No, not one of those. All right. And then we have multiple administrations suppressed UAP evidence. Okay. He personally viewed intelligence confirming recovered non-human remains. He personally viewed intelligence confirming. Okay. He didn't see any biologics or any evidence. He saw words on a piece of paper. That's it. Next, he saw evidence of interdimensional or extraplanetary origins. He saw a map. Okay. So what did it say on the map? Did it say interdimensional portal here? Did it say that with an arrow pointing to New Hampshire? Or extraplanetary origins here? Like in the movie They Live? Just step on the platform and away you go. Come on. This is silliness. This is so silly to me. And the reason I say that, it's because there's not one shred of evidence for this. None. Not even a little. That's the scary thing. Not a clipboard. Not a circuit clipboard. Not a circuit board. Not a signature of anything with the project that would refer to interdimensional origins. The U.S. is in arms race with Russia and China over crash retrievals. Okay, you see how they put, this is the dumbest and most obvious stupid truth that they have ever used. How could that be stupid if it's the truth, Rich? Because everybody wants this shit. Everybody wants it. There's a rush, and there's always been a rush since Roswell. Oh, they're going to get the technology. Next time fall out of sky, we go next. Russian talk, whatever. And we go next time we see something fall out the sky. We grab it, right? That's what's going to happen. And it's been happening for 75 years plus. The other countries now want a piece of the electronic pie, technology pie, whatever the hell future pie it is. Of course, there's no race. There's never been a race. That's a bold-faced lie. But it's true at the same time. But it's not something like the moon, okay? It's not. The moon is real. The moon's there. I see it. Other nations have their own bodies and craft. Jesus H. Christ on a popsicle stick. How many crashed UFOs? That's right. Over 130 now. Crashed. Recovered. Refurbished. Reused. Resold. Remanufactured. This is so amazing to me. Everybody's got a body now. Other nations got them. We all got them. You get an alien. No, you get an alien. Turkey, you get an alien body. China, you got them. None for you. Russia, you got a turkey. A turkey? What did I say? An alien. Why did I say turkey? That's weird. Oh, because of the country. I was thinking of the country. Photos, material, and classified imagery exist. Obviously. Whistleblowers are still being intimidated today. Nope. Nope. No, they're not. No, they're not. I have yet to see that evidence. I love being me. I do. I really do. I'm not afraid to say anything. I think that's the biggest bullshit lie of the year. None of those guys are being bullied. There's no evidence of it. None. I've never seen any evidence of it. Where is David Grush's evidence that he was threatened? Show me. Show me what you showed the FBI. Eleganzo, show us. You were threatened, Mr. Sock Puppet. God almighty. You know, I wonder how many socks they had to use for his puppet. Elephant sock. That's what you use for Lou. Oh, fucking prick. So, in December of 1980, does anybody know what happened? All right, I'm switching topics. Yeah, that's right. It was that quick. Well, there's nothing else to say on that, what Grush said. It's just, I said it. That's it. It's a lie. There's nothing happening. They make believe, right? And he's a good actor, David Grush. It always looks like they're doing a lot of work, right? It always sounds like there's something going on, but nothing's happening. Nothing. I don't know. Anybody? Oh, yeah. 3-Eye Atlas. Yeah, that distracted us for a while, didn't it? 2 weeks. So in December 1980, maybe over 8 years across 5 continents, witnesses were hidden for 40 years. And on June 28th this year, the movie quietly premiered in a small theater in England. It's a UK-only film, unseen by almost the entire UFO community. Are you curious now? I've got a clip, 3.5 minutes, and we're going to look at it. This may be the coolest movie of the year. Let's take a look, man. I'm serious. I love it. Come on, Dr. Dan on X. Go check him out on X. Here we go. I'll get at it.
It was like a thick beam that was scanning the whole WSA, like he was looking for something.
Just off the fabric of this machine thing came this bluish gold bubble, and it's split into 3. And inside that, the upper extremities of what I only can say was a non-human entity.
When it broke into 3 pieces, the whole thing just blew us away. I mean, there's no aircraft that could do that, and no aircraft can even do that today.
I was scared to death. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know if it was going to hurt me.
And these guys removed the radar tapes and the bridge logs of those events.
A civilian employee in the Air Force headquarters at the Pentagon said that there were photographs taken. This document has never been shown in any sort of television program or documentary.
Pretty cool.
In these locations, the witnesses have told me to go and look at, I found elevated radiation.
There's something here.
These lights, and quite clearly structured craft, other types of high strangeness, is something that is age old.
I saw an object, I pointed it out to my son, he saw it too, and it was not something that I can explain.
We're literally just coming up to it right now. Aliens are here, and we're stood over there.
We have actual motion picture film of the UFO. What told me this was alive is that when they moved.
But I had other experiences going on over there in that Eastgate area too. If you want me to expand, I will.
This is the only film interview I'm gonna do for anybody.
Sweet! Dude, that looks badass. Yeah, the truth behind Rendlesham. Now that's cool. I like Rendlesham. I think it's a legit experience these guys had. There's a beam coming out of it. Remember Colonel Holt? He had that recording. It's shooting a beam. It looks like an eye, kind of winking at me. Is it winking? I think it's flirting with me. Let me try winking at it. I think I've got a Woody. I do got a Woody. I got a Woody, Jake. Jake, what are you doing on your knees, Jake? Oh. So, Vetted says his video about Rubio and the age of disclosure is getting heavily shadow banned on YouTube. Super Bam blocked the entire video and he had to appeal. He said it's never happened to him before, not once. I'm sure it's nothing. ... That doesn't make any sense. Unless he wasn't supposed to play. See, people think you can take the videos, like me. The videos I use, I can get in trouble for. Sure. We all can. But we don't want to do that to each other because, sharing is caring. And if you don't talk shit about whatever it is you're borrowing from someone and make them look bad, usually they leave you alone. But you can get copyright claims for music and all that stuff. And it seems like he had that suppressed, not by YouTube, but it seems something that was automatic with that movie. Because that's what happened to me when I did the News Nation, David Grush coming out party. Yeah. I went through all this bullshit. Anyway, next. Oh, okay. So I'm really happy that Christopher Bledsoe doesn't listen to people. I love it that he thinks he knows more than we do. I do. Because here he is posting another blurry, I'll say it again, out of focus anything and calling it, oh, he calls it, well, he didn't call it anything. The title is For Those Who Can See. And what did I say? I said, we aren't stupid. Those who can see, I see a desperate and sad excuse for a man lying to himself, his family, and others. Should I read on? You are the devil. Most out of focus crapola from a man desperate to stay relevant. Oh, wow. It's getting some love. People agree. See, he's not a good guy. Christopher Bledsoe's message of love and warmth and compassion from those creatures and beings, whatever, those interdimensional white lady, no black women in his world. Have you ever noticed that? All white. If Christopher Bledsoe doesn't look racist, he looks like a racist. Actually, he looks like a P. Can't say that word. He is the epitome of loser. That is supposed to be in focus. It's out of focus. It's probably a star. I mean, he's moving the camera. We can't tell. I mean, that could be anything. It could be an LED light in a balloon. It's out of focus anyway. Oh, during a thunderstorm. I didn't notice that. Look at this. Well, and now it's over here. Yeah, it's windy out. God. Unbelievable. What's this I see? What are these, bub? Oh, there's something there. See? So where's that video? That looks better. This is not right, guys. This is just bad. This makes us all look bad. It's out of focus. And Christopher Bledsoe should be banned from ufology. Banned. Can't do it, though. You can't ban people from subjects. I mean, you just can't do it. God, I can't stand that video. All right. So Stephen Greenstreet's one of my favorite journalists in ufology. You know, the guy from Middle of Mayhem, The Post. He goes after everybody. All right. So he has this here for Rubio because it says Secretary of State Marco Rubio distances himself from the Age of Disclosure, a new UFO documentary which he appears in. Rubio says his interview was shot 3 to 4 years ago. He has no knowledge of aliens and thinks UFO whistleblowers might be liars or crazy. Fucking A, man. That's it. That's all we need to hear. Truth. As we know it. Sad thing is, everybody, I want somebody to just do it. Just like a Band-Aid. Right off. Just take it right off like a Band-Aid on a wound. Let's hear what he says. Rubio.
But I've got to ask you, there's a show that's come out. It's called The Age of Disclosure.
Yeah.
Okay, I know everyone probably, right? Everyone asks you about it?
Sure.
It's a new documentary. We had repeated instances of something operating in the airspace over restricted nuclear facilities. It's not ours, and presidents operate on a need-to-know basis.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that is...
So a couple points on it. First of all, I'm not disavowing that. It was an interview that was done almost like maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I was in the Senate.
Right.
So it wasn't recent. The second point I would make, I was describing the allegations that people have come forward with. I have people that came forward to us.
Okay, I got to stop it here. 3 to 4 years ago? let's just say 3 years ago he did that interview for that movie. You know how much things morph and change and are debunked and ruined and confirmed, and there's positives, right? I mean, how could this you see, this is why the Cousins brothers are better than everybody else when they make a movie. And I'm going to tell you why. They make a full-length documentary in 3 to 6 months. These guys take 3 to 6 years. You know that one, The Phenomenon, that James Fox made? Pretty good one, right? Took him 6 years to make that movie. Cousins brothers keep everything current, and their interviews are only weeks old. And I just find it sad that age of disclosure has come this far for being that old and shot so long ago. Some of the interviews, I get it. Not everybody's available at the same time, but 3 years, bro, get somebody else. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't do that. Ufology is always on the move, man.
Some of these people were Navy pilots, admirals, generals, whatever, that would come forward and say that there were programs in the U.S. government that not even presidents were made aware of. So I was describing what people had said to me, not things that I have firsthand knowledge of in that regard. A little bit of selective editing, but it's okay because you're trying to sell a show there. But the fundamental comments, I haven't seen it, but the clips I've seen and people have shown me are fundamentally true, and that is there are things, we know this has been documented, there have been things that fly over the airspace, restricted airspace, be it where we're conducting military exercises or the like, and everyone in the government says they're not ours. And so what I worry most about, just me personally, is that some adversary, another country, for example, has developed some asymmetric capability for surveillance or the like that we just are not prepared for. We're looking for missiles and fighter jets, and they're coming at us with drones and balloons. Yeah. Remember, when NORAD turned on the radars and started.
That's right. Thank you. Finally. We're looking for UFOs and shit, and they're coming at us with drones and balloons. Wow. Let me go back a few seconds.
We just are not prepared for. We're looking for missiles and fighter jets, and they're coming at us with drones and balloons. Yeah. Remember, when NORAD turned on the radars and started looking for balloons, all of a sudden they spotted a bunch of balloons flying overhead, and 90% of them were innocent, things. A couple of them were Chinese. And so, but we never look for balloons because our radars aren't trained for that. So that really was the point I was trying to drive at.
Wait. That doesn't make sense, what he just said. Does he mean they're not trained on them, like they weren't focusing on balloons? Does he mean they weren't trained in balloon recognition? But they're able to, his words, mind you, change it to look for balloons, and they found about 90% of them were. Listen to this. This is such bullshit. This is why politicians suck ass.
Looking for balloons, all of a sudden they spotted a bunch of fighter jets, and they're coming at us with drones and balloons. Yeah. Remember, when NORAD turned on the radars and started looking for balloons, all of a sudden they spotted a bunch of balloons flying over.
So they are able to track balloons, liar.
Overhead, 90% of them were innocent, things.
90% were innocent, so 10% of the hundreds of balloons were bad?
A couple of them were Chinese. And so.
Dude, he's all over the map. How can you say there's a lot? You see a lot of balloons, basically 90% of them are nothing. And then that means 10% of them could mean they're a danger to our security here in the United States. But then he just says something that made no sense after that. There's only a couple of them that were from China. You mean like 0.0001%? That's definitely not adding up there. Your math is wrong. I guess that's the new math I haven't learned yet. This is terrible, just awful. awful, 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 awful.
So, but we never look for balloons because our radars aren't trained for that. So that really was the point I was trying to drive at. I can't comment on the rest of the documentary. It has, as I said, claims from people that were former admirals, naval fighters, people with high clearances in government. Some of them are pretty spectacular claims. I'm not calling these people liars. I don't have independent knowledge that what they're saying is true. The one observation I had is we had people that did very important jobs in the U.S. government who are saying these things. So we have people with very high jobs in the U.S. government that are either A, liars, B, crazy, or C, telling the truth. And two.
So Rubio didn't tell us anything we didn't already know. See? Everything he just said, you've heard 1,000 times.
Those three options are not good.
Those
but
are
I
the only
don't know
three
the
options.
answer. I don't know the answer. I don't have any point of, I don't want to call them liars. I just don't have any independent way to.
You know, when a politician talks, it's all cliche. That's all it is. There's no honesty. It's just, let me get out of this thing. I have to do this to save face for a minute. They're making me do this. If I don't do it, my people are going to be mad. You know how it goes. Even we know the jargon pretty well. We hear it all the time. So, Anjali posted an interesting comment on X. I'd like to replenish the thought into the stratosphere of goof on. So, she says plasma is conscious and intelligent. Light is conscious and intelligent, dispersively conveying information through quantum neural pathways. Yes, 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 I believe that. And I'll tell you why in a minute. When the sun shines on us, it sends encoded conscious energetic information that our bodily biotechnology is programmed to receive and transmute into vitamins and localized energy due to fuel our consciousness antennae. Plasma is alive. Be ever grateful to the sun and all its gifts. We're all connected. That's what it is. And if we could somehow just figure out how to make it work for us. Everybody looks for the negative. I know you think that about me, but I'm a pretty positive guy, even when I'm not thinking about people lying and looking. I'm always looking for something that doesn't make sense. And sometimes that gets in the way of my personal life too, because, if I hear somebody say something, I'm like, wait, what? That didn't make sense. I need to know why you said this. I'm an asshole. But if it doesn't make sense, I'm going to think you're lying. So I don't know why I was gifted with this curse. Because a lot of the times it's wrong. I think when I use it for personal gain, it's the opposite of what it really is. I've never had such a problem. It's new. But, I am not going to play this. Bart Sabril lied on the Danny Jones podcast. I don't care about that. So Mick West, people in this field can't stand him. And there's a reason for it. Because Mick West is a dream killer. He takes fantasy land and turns it into reality world. And people don't like it. It's not a UFO, it's a balloon. It's not a UFO, it's a drone. It's not a UFO, it's anything but a UFO. Right? Mick West's always trying to use intelligent ways of explaining how things aren't what we think they are. He says drones are a real problem, and they are. But there's also a detailed history of public and professional people, including the military, even pilots, mistaking planes for drones. For example, at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, all the video they released of drones, quote unquote, was actually identified planes. Oh, wow. If people are going to be shooting down what they think are drones, they should be able to provide evidence to reassure the public that they are not shooting at planes. That's funny. Le Figaro reported, this is from Anton Gurashenko, that 5 drones were detected flying over the what is this? The Iolonge submarine base on Thursday evening, which houses ballistic missile submarines, a key part of France's nuclear deterrent. Elonge, French Navy troops in charge of protecting the base, opened fire, but I'm lost. Oh, but there were no reports on whether any of them were shot down. Drones had already been spotted in the area last month. On the night of November 17 and 18, a drone was reported flying over the Croatian Peninsula, though not over military facilities. Not yet. So these drones, right, they are making themselves visible now to certain what seems to be strategic locations, strategic as to plotting and planning. Are these drones carrying items, and are they dropping them in certain locations and then they're all going to go up at once? Could they be carrying payloads of, what are those things that take out electronics? What if they were just going all over the world and all these things? Denmark, right? They were seeing Denmark all over the Jersey, California coast, the Gulf of America, they've been seen. And yesterday or the day before, whenever we were live last, I was talking about how the drones are all over America. And I don't believe it's us. I believe it's China. And with China living here and buying up all the land around the military areas of the United States, to me it sounds like there's going to be some good luck with the 400 million guns we have. Good luck. But they're going to have to use some sort of deterrent that could wipe out like half the guns in like one quick blink. I'm telling you, something's coming. And I don't feel good about it. Like, I really feel something bad is going to happen before the end of the year. Feels like either Trump's going to be got, or this country's going to see a dirty bomb go off. Oh, God. Something's going to happen. I just feel it. I feel it. Or they're going to hold us hostage. They're going to hold the country hostage. So Tom DeLonge, I can't believe he's in the UFO news. And yesterday I talked about, or the day before, I talked about him, like, where's Tom DeLonge? And this happens? Like, how more of a coincidence could I be in? What is going on in my life that would make me see something like a Tom DeLonge coming out of the woods, out of nowhere? But he was all love and light, they say. Here, let me pull it up. I'm trying to pull it up. Come on. He was all love and light over UFOs when he was hanging out with Stephen Greer, but once Tom started having meetings at the Pentagon and Lockheed Martin, he changed his tune to these being evil, demonic, Archon-type intelligences that we need to fight. Oh, I didn't see that. Coincidence? That's interesting, huh? But Greer's not about that. But once Tom started having meetings at the Pentagon, Lockheed Martin, he changed his tune. Yeah, right. When he met with Greer, it was all love and light. Right. Because Greer's about love and light. Greer believes these are not bad beings. They're not going to be bad. They're not the bad boys. They're good boys of space. They're like angels or something. Jeez, guys, I don't know. I can do that impression of that lady. I don't want to do it now, though. I got to practice a little more. I've got a really interesting video to show you. Stephen Greenstreet has brought it up before, and I didn't get to it. So for some reason, it says new Pentagon UFO video. I know I've seen this before. On January 1st, 2023, the United States European Command, the EUCOM, EUCOM, reported an encounter with multiple UFOs. The event was sent to the Pentagon for analysis. And this is the video in 3, 2, I say go. Yeah. Get out of there. No, go put me on top. Thank you. I like being on top. Shh. All right. I'm not, first of all, I'm not buying these are UFOs. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I think they're drones, but how can they tell us? How can you sell us a UFO claim like this when nothing UFO is happening? No 90-degree turns, no disappearing, no geometric configurations with these things. I mean, there's nothing UFO happening. To me, it just looks like an ordinary, let's get everybody, get in line. We're going to have our picture taken today. And that's all it was. It was a photo op. And it was China. I'm telling you, it was China. 7 years ago, Jeremy Corbell unleashed this disgusting movie, as was written here by Jeff Knox. Yeah. Let me pull it up. Yeah, he made this disgusting movie on the world that exploited the death of an innocent woman. Oh, I have to show you this. To make himself richer and indoctrinate an entire new generation into the Lazar Khan. I was there and took this photo. I want to show you this. Look at Bob Lazar in the back. Look at him. Look at how happy he is with between these two women. Look at Bob Lazar. Shadowing his face, getting out of the Jeremy Corbell limelight. Embarrassed that Bob Lazar is flirting. What is going on? Nothing. There's nothing in this picture that shows anything but a picture. People are so stupid. I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay. I've been waiting to talk about this. Here we go. Lou says he may have seen an alien. What am I seeing here?
What I saw was material.
You're a first-hand witness.
A first-hand witness to the fact that we've been studying this as a government for a long time, and that we are in possession of very exotic material. That.
Tell us something we don't know, scumbag. That's. Look, I know a lot of people wish I wouldn't swear, call them names, and all this stuff, but I'm just trying to express my anger. And my anger comes out in words. And I'm only human. So forgive me if I want to express myself this way. I'm not going to be a libtard, go in the middle of the fucking forest and scream at the sky. Okay, I'm not a psychopath. I do it when I feel it's necessary. And by the way, you get more truth out of somebody when they're hot, when they're in the mood, when they're on a roll, when they're angry. I'm telling you, this guy is as bad as it gets. He's the worst thing that's happened to ufology. Ever. Ever. Seriously, I'm not even being a little sarcastic. He is the worst thing to ever happen to ufology.
May very well not be from here.
If you told me everything you know, would you go to jail?
Yes, or potentially worse, and I'm not trying to...
Wait a second. That's an open-ended question. What do you mean everything I know? You mean about the bodies? What do you mean? Everything Lou knows? All right, you got 5 minutes?
Be hyperbolic here. Wow, well...
Is that me? Was that me? That looked like me with the mustache. Doesn't it? Am I going nuts? That looks like me. A little bigger, maybe. Dude, that's me. I don't understand. It looks like me. That's weird.
All right, betters, please hit that like button. That really helps out the videos. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Now, we'll get to what today's video is about in just a second. But real quick, I put out a video yesterday about the moon landing debate that was on the Danny Jones podcast. Please go give that video some love. It did not get a lot of traction, and I worked really hard on that video. So please go check it out.
We'll check it out,
It's really,
bud.
really good. Now, let's jump into today's video. What's it about? Well, it's about some comments that Luis Elizondo made that a lot of people have been surprised about. But what I'm going to show you in today's video is that there's been a rumor swirling around kind of about this. So essentially, James Fox went to Luis Elizondo's new bar called Bombshells. Hey, that's my word. Anyway, and they sat down for an interview where they were going to ask each other 5 questions.
We're sitting here in Bombshell American Cantina in Buffalo, Wyoming, with none other than the legend, Lou Elizondo.
Oh, I don't know about legend.
I'm a little starstruck, I'm not gonna lie. And we're gonna ask each other 5 questions. And he's gonna ask me 5 as someone who's been on the inside, and I've been on the outside looking in. So.
By the way, none of us know what each other's gonna ask, for the record. So he didn't tell me, I didn't tell him.
What's funny is that Luis Elizondo never asked James Fox one question in this video.
That is so funny, man. I love that. That is so Elizondo. What a loser.
It's just James Fox asking Luis Elizondo the questions. So that was kind of funny that just didn't happen. Maybe there's another video going to come out.
That comes from James Fox being an inexperienced interviewer. Oh yeah, he's interviewed people for movies, but that's setting it up and having questions written out. He's not me. He's not anybody. He's just terrible.
Out about that or something, or I don't know. But anyway, let's jump into exactly what this is all about. I don't want to bury the lead.
Hurry up.
Do you consider yourself a first-hand or a second-hand?
What's this, James? J6 times 2 T's. Lou was disinformation guy. They wouldn't tell him sheet because he didn't need to know the top secret stuff about anything. He was just a paid bullshitter. God, James, that's actually the most perfectly said comment about what he is. I appreciate that. I mean, right, guys? I mean, everybody, right? I mean, that's all he is. He doesn't know shit. He was a gopher. I called Lou a gopher for A-Tip. He didn't run it. Anytime there was overflow that the other 2 people couldn't get to, they'd be like, Lou, are you busy? Nah, I'm just sitting on the toilet. Since Monday? It's Friday. Yeah. Well, we got something for you to go check out. Can you get to Albuquerque? And that's all they did. That's all he was. That's why there's nothing that ties him to any of that shit. He was just on call. I'm serious. There was, I don't know if it was Hal Puthoff who actually said he was used for other stuff. He like when nobody else could get to it, Lou was the guy that would have the time because he was a loser doing nothing. Thank you, James. Perfectly said. Thanks for the all caps. I actually saw that because of it.
Witness to the UAP.
Okay, let me go back a few seconds here.
I don't want to bury the lead.
Do you consider, Lou, do you consider yourself a first-hand or a second-hand witness to the UAP or UFO phenomenon?
Firsthand, but let's deconstruct that a little bit, because I was always a nuts and bolts guy. People say, "Oh, did you see an alien?" Right?
Wait a second. Are you a first-hand or second-hand witness?
Witness to the UAP or UFO phenomenon.
Firsthand, but
No. He said firsthand, and then he puts a but. I can't stand the way this guy plays verbal gymnastics with everybody, and he thinks we can't keep up. Well, I'm going to try to be quiet without letting my anger interrupt, because he's so...
Let's deconstruct that a little bit, because I was always a nuts and bolts guy. People say, "Oh, did you see an alien?" Right? Well, what I saw was material that a lot of scientists, very good scientists, prominent scientists in the Department of Defense and the intelligence community, were stymied by the origins. Right?
Hold on a second. He said he saw material that was making sign. Okay, first of all, James Fox sucks at this, because he should be interrupting Lou and saying, "Did you see it on paper? Did you see it on a computer? Did you see it in person? It was tangible. You were able to hold it?" Why isn't he asking him that? Sure, I've seen shit too on video or a picture of it. Come on, that's not firsthand. That's secondhand.
Very good scientists, prominent scientists in the Department of Defense and the intelligence community, were stymied by the origins. Right?
So they call the idiot, the buffoon, the village idiot of ufology to ask him where the origins from? Please.
Such a unique property, and the way the molecules were arranged, without going into a lot of detail, required a level of specificity and technology that at the time we simply did not have. We simply didn't have it.
We know that's not true. We know that everything, even the stuff that's layered, and people are, we didn't have that type. Yes, we do.
So you're saying that you're a first-hand witness?
A first-hand witness to the fact that we've been studying this as a government for a long time, and that we are in possession of very exotic material that may very well not be from here.
He didn't answer it again. He starts off by saying, yeah, first-hand witness, and then he goes off and says this? No, listen to this. This is the worst person in ufology, and now we know why. This is the perfect example of it. Listen.
We've been studying this as a government.
Listen. First, are you a first-hand witness, my friends, is somebody who's touched the stuff.
A first-hand witness to the fact that we've been studying this as
a first-hand witness to the fact that we've been studying this
government for a long time.
As a government for a long time? He didn't say yes or no. He just went right into the government.
And that we are in possession of very exotic material that...
James doesn't jump in and say, did you touch that material? He's not asking him.
That's may very well not be from here.
Okay.
Okay, did you hear that? It may very well not be from... It may not. 50-50. Well, he didn't say anything else, but it may, or it may not, be from here. It's a nice game they're playing, but it's from here. It's from here. And Lou's got the tight lips, got his hands like this, he's keeping himself secure. He doesn't like talking about this shit. He's having a hard time right now.
And technology.
Okay, so
Luis Elizondo is very particular about his wording there.
Yes,
right?
oh my God. I haven't watched this yet. I can't believe he noticed it too.
He's seen exactly. So what do y'all think? Does this make Luis Elizondo a first-hand witness?
No!
Because this rumor has been...
Do you guys really believe he was a first-hand witness? James, again, thank you. Oh, whoa, I accidentally almost cut the stream off. It says, James says he wasn't a scientist. Actually, he does have a science degree. Right? Yeah, I think he does. Or part of the top secret project, he didn't see shit. They wouldn't let that idiot near anything that wasn't part of his job. That's right. I feel the same way. Now, we don't have evidence for any of this, but it's obvious to us that's the route that they took with Eleganzo. He's a buffoon. Lou is so smart, but he's got no common sense. He's not the brightest bulb on the tree when it comes to common sense. My sister's brilliant, super smart, fucking A, man. But sometimes, why'd you do that? I don't know. Didn't you read the instructions? No. You're a genius and you didn't do that? Thanks, James.
Twirling around about Luis Elizondo, and it came from none other than Dr. Stephen Greer. That's right, because he claimed that Danny Sheehan from the New Paradigm Institute had told him that Luis Elizondo had been in a facility where a UFO was stored. Now, that's not exactly what Luis Elizondo said there, but that's kind of interesting. Now, look, this clip is really hard to find. I couldn't find it anywhere. The original place had been deleted. But luckily, I had covered this on a video a long time ago. So check this out.
Now, Daniel Sheehan has also shared, and this is even more explosive, that Luis Elizondo has informed him that he, in fact, has been in a facility where an actual extraterrestrial vehicle was stored. Now, why is that important? Because he's all over the news, 60 Minutes, every mainstream news channel, along with his other cohorts in the cover-up, such as Leslie Keene, Nick Pope, Chris Mellon, and others, saying that we don't know what these are. Now, interestingly, he absolutely knows that some of these craft are, in fact, of extraterrestrial origin. He must also then know that some of them are ours. For example, the recent Jeremy Corbell interview on Fox News, where they were showing these triangles of swarming, menacing our Navy ships. Every one of those pyramid, triangular-shaped objects with the flashing light on them are from either Northrop Grumman or Boeing or the Lockheed, most likely Northrop Grumman. Those are man-made UFOs. They're anti-gravity vehicles. Everyone in the aerospace industry at any level of clearance knows this. So this is a big problem. So I told Mr. Sheehan, I said, look, you have to be very careful. If you're going to work with this gentleman, you have to understand that he is a master of disinformation. I am quoting from a senior CIA official who wrote me about this when they first emerged after Unacknowledged came out in 2017. And of course, Daniel Sheehan knows this. He told me point blank, yes, we know this. The main reason he's working with him is to represent him and to get him to come clean. So it's a very interesting strategy, what Daniel Sheehan is trying to do.
So that's kind of interesting. And Danny Sheehan's strategy is to befriend Luis Elizondo to get him to come clean, right? That's kind of interesting, right? Because remember, originally Danny Sheehan worked for Dr. Stephen Greer. Then he moved to start working for Luis Elizondo, and Dr. Stephen Greer did not like that at all. something that's kind of interesting is that recently Jeremy Corbell on his Weaponized podcast with George Knapp.
I think Lou Elizondo probably has a large history with the UFO thing that is not public yet.
When they were talking about Age of Disclosure, talking about why David Grush wasn't in the film, right? Jeremy had this to say.
I'd love to ask you guys. I mean, we didn't see Dave Grush in there, but we did hear from Dave Grush, an interview, Jeremy, that you helped set into motion on Fox News. And I'm sure people look at this like it's all being, managed, stage managed, that the movie comes out and then Dave's on this and Fox does a week long of series and Bill Maher does interviews, and it's all being manipulated by some invisible beings or something. But that interview happened a long time ago. Dave would have been a valuable addition to the movie. Why do you suppose he wasn't in it?
Well, I think he definitely chose not to be in it. I remember helping to make that connection with Dan so that they could have that.
Oh my God. These are the 3 worst echo chambers on X and ufology. These are the worst. This is Joe Merja, I believe. This is UFO Jesus Ryan. And I can't remember. I always forget this guy's name, but he never says anything. He doesn't smile. He's pretty much a sociopath just sitting there.
Conversation. I think Dave has a kind of different tactic to getting out what he knows to be true. Dave is a true whistleblower. This is not a managed message with Dave. Not that it is with the other guys, but it.
How can he say that? He had to go to Dopser to get permission to talk. Of course it is. The whole thing's staged. Of course it's all set up. What did he just say? It's not managed. Yes, it is managed. It's managed by Dopser. How can you not say that it's not managed? How can you say it's not managed? David Grush is compromised by himself. Anybody who turns themselves into a whistleblower, you're compromising yourself, your own safety, your own happiness. You're going to keep looking over your shoulder if you're legit. And what Jeremy Corbell just said there, nobody else caught but me. David Grush may be the legit one in the group. He just said it. He's the only one that's not scripted. He didn't say it, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what it sounded like. He's the only one who wasn't managed. Scripted, managed, whatever. Schematics. Oh my God, I can't believe I said schematics.
Dave. Not that it is with the other guys, but it is at least authorized. With Dave, he really is working on a fundamental attitude that nobody has the right to hold this.
David Grush reminds me of the border and an illegal immigrant. You either tell the truth, come in the legal way, or come in illegal and always look over your shoulder and do the wrong thing. I still think it's treason being a whistleblower. If you're doing it for the government, it's treason. Those are top secret files, top secret information. Just because you and your feelings got all tied up into, what are they doing with all this money? It's, first of all, as a person working for the military and the government, you should shut your fucking trap and do what you're told. You not only have it made, you've got a pension if you stay there at least 20 years that'll take care of you the rest of your life. You don't have to work. My God, people are so stupid when they think their do-gooders are actually doing something good. David Grush put it all on the line for nothing. And I know if he ever watched this, which I know he doesn't, I don't know, he might. But if he doesn't watch this, then I'm gonna hope that somebody will tell him, just get out while you can. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Does he still have a job with the government? I think he does.
Back. I do think that he has a difference of opinion, and that's for him to talk about when it comes to this stuff. You know, he really thinks everybody should just open up and say what they know. For example, he thinks that if Lou Elizondo was part of the legacy UFO program, that he should just say it. Go out on the limb and just say it. And so I think that's the difference of opinion. I think the film would have had Dave participate if Dave had agreed, but I think that he's just on a different path. Am I explaining that clearly?
And
he's on the path of his own. Maybe David Grush could be the only legitimate whistleblower. You know, they got to have at least one, right? He'd be a good guy. David Grush, to me, seems like a really nice ticking time bomb. He has a past, right, where seems like he lost his cool and was talking about, ending his life when he was going through some tough times. I pray to God he's over all that stuff, but, sometimes that shit has a way of creeping back into your life when you least expect it. I hope those trigger moments are gone. Hope he doesn't have any lasting memories of something horrible, because you never know. One day David Grush may just spill it out. He seems like the type of guy that would lose his bearing. Like, he could be in a congressional hearing and something in his mind would say, I'm going to tell them the truth. I put my hand on the Bible and lied about everything. The government paid me to do this. It's all a lie. Can you imagine? Ha ha ha. It's a psyop, and all because of that guy, Eleganzo. That's right, you bitch. Oh. All right, let's see what Vetters has to say about what just took place.
Kind of interesting, right? Wants him to come clean. I don't know. Is there something here? Is there even more that Luis Elizondo isn't saying? Was he part of the UFO legacy program? And what Danny Sheehan told Stephen Greer, if that's even true, right? That he was in a facility.
He wasn't. He can't be a part of it. He wasn't here. He wasn't around to be a part of the legacy program. Don't you get it, Vetted? Think.
Facility with a stored UFO. I mean, that.
We all know Lou didn't like UFOs. He didn't research them. He didn't care about them. Remember?
Would be more than just materials. But if you remember, at the very end of the clip, Luis Elizondo, under his breath, and James kind of moves on, he says, and technology.
And technologies.
So I don't know. Is this like the same thing? But look, there's even more to this. So let's continue.
Cool.
If you told me everything you know, would you go to jail?
Yes, or potentially worse. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic here. There's a reason why I live where I live. There's a reason why I'm always heavily armed. There's a reason why you met my 5 German Shepherds.
Okay. I'm so embarrassed. I am. I really am. I'm embarrassed for him. It's hard to watch somebody lie like this. Yeah, he's got all that stuff. But don't you remember a few years ago, he was down and out, living in a van down by the river. He used to cry about it. I've got nothing. What do you mean I'm doing this for money? If I was doing this for money, I wouldn't be here. Guess what? You made some money. And look where you are now, you freaking liar. You sad sack of grifting shit. That's all you are. You are nothing but cauliflower, man. Yeah, he's cauliflower.
My family and I have very significant security concerns. This is not a way for people. I'm not trying to people feel sorry for me or feel pity for me. I mean, I chose this path.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't choose this path. The path was chosen for you. What a dick. What a lying dick.
With my eyes wide open. But there are a lot of dangers here. And there's a lot of people that want to see.
Why? Why would there be dangers, Lou? Why would people want to take you out? You haven't said shit. And you got caught lying about a circle, an agriculture circle. You got caught. You got caught a couple of times. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's not the government who doesn't like you. Maybe it's the regular Joe who hates you. You entitled pussy.
Me fail. They want to see this topic get pushed back into the corner.
No, they don't. That's not why people are going to come out and get you. You haven't said anything, you fucking idiot. He hasn't done anything. You're not important, Lou. Why are you talking about me? Because everybody else thinks you are. He's a nothing and nobody. It's a distraction to make you think he's important. This guy's a worthless piece of shit in ufology. He's a nothing. He's not a cog in. He's not even a cog in the wheel. He doesn't make it go round. He doesn't even put a stop to it. He's just a speed bump that's in the fucking way. He's the biggest problem, the smallest speed bump, and the biggest asshole. It doesn't make sense. God, I can't. You can see he triggers me.
Into the recesses of the obscure for the next 80 years. And there's
for another 80 years.
For another 80 years, right?
Yeah.
For another 80 years. And also, I will never discuss classified information. I made it very clear. And I've had a lot of people.
Because you don't have any to discuss. End of story.
When I first came out early on, that said, "Oh, Lou's full of, he's not who he is." And then as time went on, people realized I was, and I did not throw people under the bus just to save my own skin or to prove to people what I knew or what I was saying. I'm not that guy. You never have been.
Yes, you are that guy. You're every bit of that guy. See, this is the leftist. This is what they do. This is what Lou's doing. They tell you what they're doing, but put it on you. You're doing it. And they're the ones doing everything. He's the one who's making all the issues. He's the one who's the problem. We're not. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. Really, we don't give a shit. I just think it's interesting that people on that side of ufology look at him like he's some sort of hero. He's not. He's a zero. And he looks at every bit of a zero.
Never will be. I will never do that. There's a lot of people out there that...
You hear? What a liar. You already did it. You mean I'll never do that again?
What I was saying. I'm not that guy. You never have been and never will be. I will never do that.
You notice how he's shaking his head no emphatically because he knows people are going to be looking at his body language, and he went out of his way to make sure his head said no. Instead of doing it normal, he went really hard on it. Watch. Yeah. Too bad, Lou. We got you. Another liar.
Is. And then as time went on, people realized Look, I was, and I did not throw people under the bus just to save
But he did throw people under the bus. He threw Lou under the bus. He threw Dave Scott under the bus. He probably is going to throw his butt buddy, the Fist, under the bus.
My own skin. Look. Or to prove to people what I knew or what I was saying. I'm not that guy. You never...
See that strong head shake? He is that guy. Every bit of it. I can't watch anymore. I'll put the link so you can watch the rest of that in the show description because I got to get going. It's a little late. I got a temple to build. Hey, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Screw ET. It could have been a story. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. No, you know what it was. Just bringing it up. It's just a question. Like, what if ET was a true story? Oh, is that what we're going to talk about tonight? No, for 30 seconds, maybe. I just like talking. I just wanted to throw it out on a thumbnail. Sorry. But we did talk about it a little bit. E.T. might be a true story of an alien craft, Roswell, but this one crashed. And the FBI CIA captured the disc that crashed, but did not get the occupants. And 2 of them died and 1 of them survived, and E.T. was the survivor. That's how the story supposedly went. And he found his way into a home where it was a teenage boy, 13, not 10, a real impressionable kid, impressionable child, I should say. And E.T. found him, being the same size almost, but didn't feel threatened. I guess he trusted him. The kid threw out, candy or bread or whatever, food. It wasn't Reese's Pieces. That was just for the movie. Right. Took care of it. And the FBI knew this creature was in the area. They just didn't know where. They knew it. They have it shipped. It couldn't have left. Where did it go? They know they heard it. They saw it in the bushes. The trees were moving. Anyway, you know the rest of the story. I don't know if it's a true story, but it could be. Could be. And if it is B, that's a real interesting story. Now, some of the things, the mind control of lift, what do they call it when you can move, telepathy? When you can move stuff with your mind. Right? Well, anyway, yeah, moving things with matter with your mind. I don't know. But mind reading, maybe. See, this is what I don't understand. If mind reading is a legitimate thing, and these beings can do it, because it's just electrons and shit, right? It's just energy that's firing all inside of us. And if they're supposed to be these intelligent beings that somehow adapted and learned how to read that, maybe they don't read your mind per se, but they're reading your feelings. And I think that's what we really noticed in E.T. was anytime Elliot would hurt himself, E.T., his finger hurt. It's like, oh, And then when E.T. drank the beer, Elliot got drunk at school. Didn't drink, but they mind melded. That's pretty interesting. Because that was back in 1981. And a lot of those story facts came from the thousands of experiencers out there talking about how they can speak to aliens who don't move their mouths. And I still wish it might be true, it might not be, I don't know. I'd like to have a little peek inside that world, though. I'd really like to know what's going on with the mind. I want to know how they're doing it. Anyway, thank you, moderators and super chatters, newcomers and veterans. Thank you for making today's show enjoyable in the chat and abroad. Why I said abroad. There's no broads here. We got ladies. And we will be back this weekend, tomorrow night. I have a guest who's going to be joining me. And we're going to have a nice time. And we'll shoot the shit. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, but see what our guest thinks. All right. Hey, thank you for hanging out. And look, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. It's all for the you. I don't understand what's going on. Come on! I need to go. All right, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Alien bless. And where's the outro? There it is. Giddy up.